Welcome to The Naked Photo, the podcast that seeks to strip down photos to their bare essence. My name is Rian de Beer. I'm a fine art landscape photographer, at least when I'm not working for a living, and my passion is making photos. You may well ask, why do we need another photography podcast? There is a ton of them on iTunes already. Well, the truth is, although there is a lot of photography podcasts, the vast majority of them don't deal with photos. They deal with gear, technology, news, philosophy, history, the business of photography, or a lot of other worthy issues. But what I'm really interested in is photography, taking photos. And there are not a lot of podcasts that deals with the art of making better photos. Precious few of them deal with the art of photography or with improving your creative eye. I can count the worthwhile ones that has helped me improve my art on one hand, and I had a hard time filling the second hand. A few of the podcasters and photographers that comes to mind that live in the social media world that has helped me are people like Jeff Curto, Martin Bailey, Brooks Jensen, Zach Arias, Chase Jarvis. These guys have all inspired me to make better photos. Maybe the way to describe what this podcast is about is to start off by describing what it's not about. This is not going to be about gear, technology, software, camera makes, news. I don't care if you shoot with a $50 Child's Play camera or a $50,000 medium format setup. Whether you're shooting in film or digital, whether you use Pentax, Canon, Nikon, or even a handmade pinhole camera. I don't care whether you work in black and white or color. I'm not interested in any of those debates or issues. All I'm interested in is whether a photograph is good and why. This is all about the photo. It's about understanding photographic composition, about learning about what makes some photographs great photographs. This is going to be about taking a great photograph and paring it down to its essence, to try and truly understand what makes that photograph so special, to dig into its backstory, to analyze its composition, to try and generate some level of understanding of why it's great. Here's the format I hope to stick to. The plan is to produce one episode a month, roughly speaking, and to do it in video format and to limit the time to under 20 minutes. And each episode will explore one particular photograph. Initially, my focus will be on some of the photographic masters of photography and deal with some of those famous photographs by some of these photographic greats. But in time, I hope a community of people that's interested in bettering their compositional skills will develop around this podcast, and that you will be brave enough to send in your image for a review. And from my side, I will commit to make that review as constructive and upbuilding a critique as possible. If I feel that your photograph and the critique of your photograph will be of general interest, we'll make it into a podcast episode. One of the most valuable things you can do to further the quality of your photographs is to expose your work to criticism, both positive and negative. And I would venture to say, especially the negative criticism, because understanding what works and what detracts from your photograph's compositional strength is one of the most important things to learn to see if you wish to improve your work. So please subscribe to this podcast on iTunes and join me on this journey. And join me on the first episode in the next few days, which will deal with Ansel Adams and his famous photograph of the monolith. Thank you for listening.
I see the trees through the